So these are your steps for a one-point perspective interior. And I would like you to do exactly what I'm doing in your sketchbook. This will be just like a notes page, and we'll just do a little mini drawing that I'm hoping will help you anytime you want to draw an inside space. So there are some steps, only 3, and I'll do them with you, and we'll just make kind of a little learning drawing. The first step is to actually sight the far wall. So I would say sight or measure the far wall. And then draw it. So we'll do this kind of together as a group right now in a way. I'm going to just let you get this down and I'll explain to you what I mean by sighting. So when you get out in the hallway today, you're going to find a spot to sit. All right? If you want to bring a chair or a stool, you can. Most of my students are fine just sitting on the floor with their back against the wall or just sitting right out in the open. What you want to do, though, is look right in front of you and measure or sight that far wall. So remember, as an artist, I mean, you can use a ruler, but more often than not, artists will just use their pencil as a tool. Earlier this year, you learned sighting from me, and we said, okay, if you want to take an angle from something, take your pencil, lay it on the angle, and then bring it back to your page. Remember that? Why also, you can use sighting to check the size on things. So if you would with me right now, I would like each of you to extend your arm fully with your pencil in it. So the hand with your pencil in, extend it fully, and I'd like you to measure the height of my flag up here by the door. Okay? How you'll do this is this. Arm is extended fully. Close one eye. Put the tip of your pencil at the top of the flag. Slide your thumb down and measure where the bottom edge of the flag occurs. All right? Arm fully out, close one eye, tip of the pencil at the top, slide your thumb down. Let me see what you took as a measurement. Keep them out, keep them out. And this is what I got. That's really good, Emily. Okay, now, okay, take a look at this. Hold that steady. This is Brooke's measurement, right? Can I see yours? Yeah. So how do you explain, why does Dei-Cha and Brennan have such a smaller measurement than Brooke? The distance, right? Now you guys are fired up. Okay, now you're with me. So that's what we were going to do. If you sit too close, your drawing won't include as much. Okay? So what we're going to do then is, let's say, go ahead and do this. Measure the width now. Measure the width of that flag for me. Okay? What we'll do then is, once we take that measurement, we'll be like, okay, it's about this big. Okay? I noticed that far wall is about this big. They're going to be pretty small. Okay? Depending on where you are. So what I'll do is, I'm like, okay, I just measured the width. Pataconi told me to sight it or measure it with my pencil. We don't need to use a ruler. We can just use the pencil and take that measurement back to the page. Now I found, Pataconi told me to sight this. I see the width of the floor is a little bit bigger. When you draw this far wall, I really recommend you kind of put it somewhere in the middle of your page. Even though I've said be careful about placing your focal point in the middle, for these drawings, you really want to kind of get that far wall or that box sort of in the middle of your page. So we also want to make sure that it's parallel with, you know, the bottom edge. Like, try to keep your lines parallel with the edges of your paper. That will help you out. A trick my architecture students use is we actually take these triangles and we line up the bottom edge of the triangle with the bottom edge of our page, and then we just draw our lines from that. That helps us keep them square, okay? So what I want you to do, I mean, for this little practice sketch we're doing, it's not as critical, but would you draw me a little box in there, and that'll represent our far wall? That'll help you, I think, with this whole process. Go ahead and draw that far wall. You can just draw something similar to what I have, but when we get out there, you're going to actually measure it. The triangles are really nice as well because you can see through. So you can see your lines as you make them. You can line them up with the edges of your paper. When we get out there, we won't have this binding in our way, you know, your comb binding of your sketchbook. You'll be able to just work on a board with a piece of paper.